Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Now, you can see in this picture. All of us know this, right? Yes, this is the wood fungi. Actually, in our daily life, fungi can have benefit for us. For example, this kind of food. But imagine that this has happened in your wood furniture. This picture is happened in my bathroom door. So when I see this picture, I use the synthetic antifungal. But when I use the synthetic antifungal, there is the caution. First, we must wear the clothes. Second one, this is poisonous. Third one, we must keep away from the children. So by this problem, I have the idea that I have to make the natural sources of antifungal that is safer for me. Besides that, I live in Indonesia. In my village, a lot of people here use the soil to inhibit the growth of the fungi. But I want to make the new resources that is used for Loranthus. Why I choose Loranthus? Because I have the hypothesis that Loranthus is never grown by the fungi. So there is substances in the Loranthus itself that can inhibit the growth. This is my title, Utilization of Loranthus as the Fungal Inhibitor in Wood Furniture. Me, Veronica Swasti Paramita Putri, and I come from Indonesia. This is the structure of my presentation. The first is background, second one is problem statement, third one is research contribution, review literature, methodology, research finding, and the last one is conclusion. This is the background of my research. The wood fungi. Wood fungi has been a problem in Indonesia, in a tropic area. Why? Because in this modern era, most of people use this, for example, the sengon wood that is very easy to grow by the wood fungi. Imagine that the logging is increased for the wood furniture factory. Of course, all of us don't want this is to be happen in our forest. But if the factory use the chemical antifungal or the synthetic antifungal, they contain the dangerous chemical substances that is so dangerous in the environment or even the users itself. And it will make the problem of environment in society. Besides that, there is the parasitic plant that is called Loranthus. So I have the research idea to make the Loranthus to be the wood antifungal. But the problem statement is dependencies on synthetic antifungal is very dangerous for us. So I have to make the natural antifungal that is safer than the synthetic antifungal. So if the Loranthus can prove that it can be the antifungal, it means that this is the renewable source of antifungal. My research contribution, first, is infant innovation in ecology system. Second one is improve the knowledge of society in the utilization of Loranthus. And then third one is improve the knowledge of researcher. This is Loranthus. Loranthus is a parasitic plant that grows on the branches of woody trees, and it belongs to the family of Loranthaceae. Second one is Auricularia auricula. This is the fungi that we observe. The methodology of my research. First, we do the experimental method. Second one, the research design. We do the experiment group and the control group. Third one is research sample, is the fresh Loranthus. And this is the research procedure. First, we take the Loranthus from its tree and we blend it together. And we do the sterilization to sterilize the media itself. And then we mix with water by the comparison 1:5. After it made this, we filter and we press, and this antifungal is ready to use. So, this is the technique of my data collection. First is we do the experimental, second one we do the book study method, and then the third one we do the documentation method. So you can see in this picture, this is my first experiment. First, in these two parts, there is the fungi. But before I try my antifungal that made of loranthus, first I cleaned the fungi together until it clean. And then in this part, I didn't give many kind of antifungal, and in this part I do the loranthus antifungal. So this is the table of that picture. Research finding amount of fungi. There are experiment. In the 5th day, without antifungal is 2 fungi, and then the 7th day there is just 1 fungi, and then the 10th day without antifungal is 4 fungi, and loranthus antifungal is 1 fungi, but it's finally dead. Why I say that the body of the fungi is finally dead? Because the body of the fungi has fell and is separated from the mycelium itself. By this research, we can conclude that the loranthus antifungal can kill the body of the fungi, but we haven't known yet what about the mycelium. So, this is my second research. The amount of fungi in 5 replication, we do 5 replication, and then the blue one, this is the synthetic, red one is loranthus antifungal, and then the green one we do without antifungal. The effectiveness is 2 by 1. 2 is for the synthetic antifungal, but 1 is for the loranthus antifungal. So this is PDA experiment to prove what about the mycelium of the fungi. This is the comparison between the leaf and the flower of the loranthus. This is the control group that we didn't treat anything of the antifungal. This is with the loranthus leaves, loranthus flower, and mixed part. This is the diameter of the mycelium in the petri dish. We take the data 5-day experiment. By this data, the mixed part is the most good, is the best research for all of the part of this loranthus. And my 4th experiment, I do the comparison between dry and fresh loranthus. We make the concentration 20%. So by this research, you can conclude that fresh loranthus is more effective to be the antifungal. As we can see the data here, the dry loranthus is having the data with the significant with the control. So we can conclude that loranthus antifungal, fresh loranthus is more effective to be the antifungal itself. So this is the economical analysis. The production cost in about $12 for 6-pack, and the synthetic antifungal with 6-pack is $19, and then we have the profit in about $8. So we have the profit percentage in about 60.71%. This is my conclusion. Based on this experiment, we can conclude that first, loranthus can inhibit the growth of the wood fungi, and the mycelium can inhibit by the loranthus, and the body of the fungi can kill by the loranthus. The second one is antifungal that made of loranthus is cheaper, safer, and easier to obtain and make than the other synthetic antifungal. You still remember this picture? This is the picture in my bathroom. Now I have no fear that my wood furniture will grow by the wood fungi. So this is my research utilization of loranthus. Thank you very much for your attention.